Namaskar. First of all, I want to thank the organizers of WAVES 2026 to giving me this opportunity to give a presentation here. And also, I want to thank Professor Balram Singh ji uh, to believing in me. And also, the whole article, the whole idea of this article was of him only. And he has guided what should I write, what should I take the points or something. So thank you so much, Professor Singh, for guiding me. And he is the co-author of this article also. And he has the whole idea and the points and the scientific aspects of written by him. So thank you, Professor Singh.
You're most welcome. Please. Wonderful.
So topic of today's presentation is the interconnection between the Bhagavad-Gītā and Āyurveda, a holistic perspective of health and life. In the Bhagavad-Gītā, Sri Krishna says to Arjuna that Yogasthaha kuru karmani sangam tyaktava dhananjaya. Be steadfast in yoga, O Arjuna, and perform your duty without attachment. So today we will try to explore a profound synthesis of two ancient Vedic pillars, the Bhagavad-Gītā and Ayurveda. While modern science often splits mind, body, and spirit into separate compartments, these two traditions view human life as an indivisible whole ecosystem. Ayurveda gives us the tools to heal the physical body, while the Gita provides the psychological and spiritual roadmap to anchor the soul. Together, they create the ultimate blueprint for holistic living. So we have been doing this program, Gita Past, Present, and Future for the last 3 years on TCN Media. So with that experience, we are trying to explore this topic. The next title is the Vedic framework of health. When we say something about Bhagavad-Gītā, we have to understand the Vedas. So what is the Vedic framework of health? It is said in Kumar Sambhava, Sharir Madhyam Khalu Dharma Sadhanam. The body is indeed the primary instrument for performing righteous duties. What are the righteous duties? We must understand this. So think of Ayurveda and the Bhagavad-Gītā as two sides of the same coin. Ayurveda is the physical science of longevity and bodily bioenergies. The Gita is the psychological science of resilience, duty, and spiritual consciousness. Both share an identical mission, the eradication of dukkha, human suffering. This slide establishes our core premise. You cannot have a perfectly healthy physical body if your mind is chaotic, nor can you easily pursue spiritual clarity if your physical body is racked with preventable disease. So now I would request Professor Balram Singh ji to say something about there are many terms in this article, in this presentation, which are the key points of this presentation, and we can say that these terms are soul of our article. So I would request Professor Singh to explain or tell something about this.
Thank you. I think it's very important. You just said about Bhagavad-Gītā and Ayurveda. Bhagavad-Gītā, every chapter there is a term yoga. Every whether it's karma yoga or vibhuti yoga, we have vibhuti here, and or Visudarshan yoga, everything is yoga. I have said in the past several times, yoga is a science and Ayurveda is engineering. So because Ayurveda, so it's very important for us to understand the science and engineering. Science is yoga. You have to unite everything to everything, and that's how we understand in terms of Ayurvedic terminology. Ultimate goal of yoga is to reach the Atma, to realize the Atma. So you can see here, this largest circle is Atma. And then next one is the mind. Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha, according to Patanjali Yoga Sutra. Chitta Vritti means mind. The Chitta is consciousness, but that is expressed in terms of mind. So you have Sat, Raj, and Tam are the three types of minds, and they all combine with what is you were talking about, the physical aspect of it. Physical aspect from Vaisesic philosophy is the Panchabhutas. So you can see the Panchabhutas: air, fire, water, earth, and ether. They are the one who make living body, but they are all connected, as you have been rightly saying, that they are all connected to mind, and they are all in the lap of Atma. So whatever connections you are making is really a reflection of this philosophy, which is very clearly reflected in all forms and practices of Ayurveda. And it is great to understand, people will understand how to connect Bhagavad-Gītā, because many people know about Bhagavad-Gītā and they worship it, and or they so respectful to it, and they make it life part of their life. Now they will be able to connect that aspect as an engineering in terms of their body. Please go ahead.
Dr. Singh, I just want to ask something about dharma, because Sri Krishna
Oh,
at many places told Arjuna about dharma.
so thank you. Yes, dharma is dharate iti dharma. Dharma is the only thing that reflects this prakriti that you are seeing. The prakriti is a combination of everything, but then when it is expressed outside, people think dharma means religion. That's not what it is. Dharma is really whatever dharate dharma. Whatever you possess has to be done only according to dharma. If you understand the principles of it, then you can understand every aspect of engineering, and you can even control how you want to do, in what condition, all that kind of stuff. So that's what dharma is, the prakriti, which is panchabhutas, and the mind, and atma. And when the panchabhutas combine, they make the prakriti, according to Ayurveda, which is Bat Pitta Kapha. And it explains the physiology of our body, how, and health that you are talking about, that the health can be controlled by dharma. And dharma, even defined by the prakriti defined by this Ayurvedic Bat Pitta Kapha, and that is connected to Sat Raj Tam, which is the ultimate goal of the Atma, expression of the Atma in this world.
Thank you so much, Professor Singh. And you were telling about the Prakriti, the concept of Prakriti. We need to understand what is the individual nature. So the word Prakriti is central to both sciences, though applied slightly differently. In Ayurveda, your Prakriti is your genetic physical blueprint, your unique blend of Vata, Pitta, Kapha, as you told. In the Gita, Prakriti refers to psychological and cosmic nature that dictates how you think, how you work, or how you react. When we look at them together, a beautiful truth emerges. Health is achieved not by copying someone else, but by understanding, respecting ourselves, and living in complete harmony with your own unique nature. We should work, we should do whatever we want to do, but according to our nature, our Prakriti. So, the doctrine of three gunas, the psychological spectrum. So, the three gunas, as Professor Singh was telling about the gunas, the three gunas, as we know, Satrajtam, are the energetic forces that paint our entire psychological landscape. Ayurveda uses the gunas to diagnose mental health, while the Gita dictates entire chapters to breaking down how they control human behavior. Tamas is stagnation and mental fog. Rajas is restlessness, anxiety, and unbridled desire. Sattva is clarity, balance, and inner peace. Both sciences urge us to use diet, routine, and mindfulness to intentionally transition away from tamas, channel our rajas constructively, and firmly establish our minds in sattva. So, as diet and nutrition means ahara is important when we do dhyana, pranayama, or yoga. So, for sustainability of our body and mind. So, we are quite literally what we eat. Ayurveda teaches us that food is our primary medicine and it must support our Agni, which is called internal digestive system. The Gita takes this physical principle and elevates it to a physiological, psychological level in chapter 17. Lord Krishna in chapter 17 clearly states that the sattvic food doesn't just build muscle or tissues, it directly purifies the mind, fosters intelligence, and creates deep emotional happiness. Conversely, eating overly processed, stale, or chaotic food alters our brain chemistry, leading directly to physical sickness and mental unrest. So now the lifestyle and discipline. We should maintain a disciplined lifestyle to to be in ourselves. So daily rituals. What should be the daily rituals for inner peace? When we try to understand what is inner peace, how it can be achieved. So Ayurveda prescribes dinacharya, which is a daily routine, a highly structured daily routine designed to align our biological clocks with the natural rhythms of the earth. The Gita supports this physical discipline by introducing the golden spiritual rule of moderation. Verse 6.17 in the chapter 6 is the ultimate ancient guide to lifestyle design. It warns us that extreme behaviors, whether sleeping too much or too little, overeating or starving, shatter our biological equilibrium. True wellness is born when physical routine marry mental discipline. Now, overcoming the inner crisis. Arjuna, the entire Gita begins with a severe mental health crisis. Arjuna suffering from acute anxiety, tremors, and emotional burnout right on the battlefield. Lord Krishna's cure is Nishkama Karma, doing your absolute best, but completely letting go of your anxious attachment to the final results. This matches perfectly with the Ayurvedic concept of pragya aparadha. Pragya means the intellect and aparadha means the error. Error of the intellect. When our intellect forgets our interconnected nature and obsesses over desires, stress triggers physical toxins, which is called ama, which manifest as systemic bodily disease. So, what are the ultimate aims of human life? What are the goals of our lives? So, the Swastha and Moksha, according to Ayurveda, it is Swastha and Moksha according to Bhagavad-Gītā. As we conclude, let's look at the ultimate destinations of both paths. Ayurveda defines true health as swastha, which means being perfectly established in one's true self, where the body is balanced and the soul is filled with joy. The Gita calls the ultimate spiritual goal moksha, or absolute liberation from suffering. When you weave these two paths together, you realize the physical health is not the ultimate end goal of life. Rather, a healthy body and a tranquil mind are the vital, sacred foundations required to step forward and realize your highest spiritual potential. Thank you so much.